Hello again, everybody. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a beat using Patterns Beatmaker, but I'm also going to show you how to change the instrument sound of your, it's really for anything, but in this case, for your drum machine. And then I'm going to show you how to loop your beat. So the first thing we do is we click on Patterns Beatmaker. And it's going to bring up this instrument thing here, this instrument window, so to say. We can see that it's a window because in the left corner we have an X that will close it. But anyway, to bring it back up, I'm going to click on this little drum, and that brings me back to it. And then I'm going to click on Patterns, and this is how I can program a drum beat. I'm going to make a simple one. Sorry for the lag on my screen. Alrighty, and let's go ahead and give that a listen with the play button. Wonderful. Now, I just stopped it by pressing the stop button, but one thing that's really important about Soundtrap is that after we hit stop, we want to hit that button one more time when it sort of changes to this arrow shape with a straight line. Click it again. And you may have noticed that this purple thing, my time tracker, it went back to the beginning when I hit that stop button a second time. So watch the purple thing. There it goes. A lot of people, they don't realize that Soundtrap will just basically keep playing. So their purple soundtrack time tracker thing will be like all the way over here. And notice how the red, my music, is over here. They'll be like, Mr. Quigley, I can't hear my music. And it's because your time tracker is playing over here, but your music is over here. So we go back to the beginning. That's one sort of little annoying thing about Soundtrap that once you get used to, it makes it just a lot easier. So the more we use Soundtrap, the more we'll get used to those little tiny, annoying things. Because there's so many great things in here that are worth getting used to it for. Anyway, so I have my drum beat here, my little squares programmed in. This is my kick drum, my snare drum, my hi-hat, like a cymbal, like a small little cymbal. And I'm going to change the sound of the drum machine. So not the beat itself, not the rhythm, but the sound, the timbre of the instrument. Right now, it's a kind of like thin sound. Very clean, which can be useful. Sometimes you want that. Right now, just to show you, by the way, sorry. Just to show you, I'm going to click on Machines Vanilla. That's the name of the instrument. And that will bring up all my different instruments. And if I want to get a preview, I can click on the play button without changing my instrument. I'll just get a preview of it. And one more thing to make note of is that some of these say music makers in orange and some say free. In our free account, we only have access to the free ones. So music makers will allow us to hear a preview, but it won't allow us to select it as the instrument, which is kind of annoying. But there are so many free things, it's totally worth the money, or rather, should I say, worth the freeness. Why don't we click on Milky? What does that sound like? That sounds pretty cool. For the sake of showing you how to choose an instrument, I'm going to do that. I'm going to choose Midnight. So rather than clicking on the play button, I'm going to click on the name, or really anywhere in that little gray area that is not the play button, and it'll select it. That's all I have to do. Now I can click anywhere to get out of this, and that changed my sound. Let's hear my drum beat with that new sound. So it's a little bit fatter, a little bit wider, as opposed to the thinner sound before. Anyway, I went back to the beginning. I'm going to close out of here because I'm all set in this instrument tab. And this little area up here with these arrows, this is the looping station. If I click on it, it activates it to make it purple. If I click in between the arrows, it turns it off. We're usually going to have that turned off because we're going to loop a different way. Using our mouse, we're going to go over to this little red area where that beat appears, where the MIDI info is. I'll talk about MIDI another day. Don't worry about that. Sorry. The mouse is going to go to the top right corner where it turns into this kind of circular arrow. I'm going to click and drag it over. And let's say I want it to be that long. Wonderful. Now I'm going to add a new track. And actually, wait, I'm not going to do that. That'll be for another video. But anyway, that is how you make a beat using Patterns Beatmaker. That's how you loop. That's how you get used to a few different things. And if you want to cue up your instrument one more time or make a change, you can either click on Edit, then go to edit notes, and then go to patterns, or rather than doing that, you can click on the little instrument icon over here and then go to patterns again. Either way, fairly easy. Yeah, so that's how we make a beat.